Ladies and gentlemen, I consider it a privilege to be able to stand before you as an Englishman who has made his home in Belgium 15 years ago. I work for an organization that tries to help people who have been abused, who have been neglected, and particularly those who've suffered the effects of abortion in their lives. Hope Alive works with anyone of faith and of no faith, trying to help heal the wounds that this culture of death has led to. I am proud to say that I am the father of 5 children, 5 who are living, but also 5 who never made it into this life. I'm also an evangelical. I'm part of the Anglican Church in Flanders, and I know that makes me unusual here this afternoon, but I would just like to thank you, those of you who are in the Catholic Church, for holding a line that said that life is valuable and that we should not betray God's rules and God's laws. It's a privilege to be with you, to represent something of the Protestant Church who needs to awake and realize the value of life. During the day, I work for an organization called Care for Europe. We lobby into the European Parliament, into the European Commission, on the values of life and family and liberty, some of which have been challenged today even as we marched. I have 3 things I would like to share with you very briefly. First one, ladies, you are amazing. God has made you fearfully and wonderfully. The reproductive cycle that you have is something of beauty. As I've studied it and as I've come to understand it as a married man and also looking at the science, I see the amazing precision with which you go through your monthly cycle, with which you can do something that no man will ever be able to do, to conceive, to nurture and give birth to a baby. And young men, you are strong and potent. You are powerful, but with that power comes responsibility. Take care of your reproductive facilities. Take care of what you can do. Sadly, our culture will teach you to use it selfishly. Don't have children, it'll ruin your lifestyle, ruin your body, it will ruin your bank account. These lies have put us into a very difficult state in Europe. Contraception was seen as the answer. Take a pill, it will solve the problem. You can jump into bed without any consequences. It's a lie. There is no contraception that is 100% sure. The pill will poison you and cause disease. If you take the coil, it scrapes that beautiful fertile layer inside the uterus and makes fertility very difficult later on. If you use condoms and any other barrier method, you are denying the husband and wife the beauty of the hormones that transfer between them and the bonding that goes on, making husband and wife closer together. There are ways that you can regulate the size of your family that do not involve unnatural means. Married men, married women, use the privileged position you have to invest in the next generation. My third and final point is, there is a huge ecological crisis. I'm not talking about the greenhouse gases, I'm not talking about emissions or the rainforest or the polar ice caps. The ecological problem we have is of people. The world's population continues to increase, but only because we get older and the technology has kept us alive longer. But the birth rate is dropping very low. Europe does not have a birth rate that will even replace our population. Italy, 1.3 children per woman, when you need 2.1 for replacement. Who will be the next generation of Italians, or Japanese, or many of the other countries around the world that are not investing in babies and having families that will grow to become the next generation of taxpayers, of citizens, to make a healthy and vibrant economy? People is the biggest ecological disaster that we are currently facing. Pregnancy is not a disease. Pregnancy is a beautiful, natural state that is essential for our society to continue. If you don't know your member of the European Parliament, get online and find out who they are. Tell them about your beliefs. Tell them what you want them to stand for. And pray for Ireland this week as they go to the voting booths to decide on supposedly redefining marriage. Our nature, our nations, our culture is in crisis, and we need the church, we need the wider body of people to stand up and value life. Thank you.